So hi, welcome to another Tech Tuesday. Today I'm going to take a look at this GameSir gamepad here. As you know, I've been reviewing the Razer Tartarus, the Razer Weaver, giving my impressions on those, and today I'm going to show you the GameSir, so a little bit of a different spin on it. Don't want to keep showing you just Razer products on this, although these are quite limited in terms of what you can get on the market. So if you're not familiar with my Tech Tuesday videos, I go through gaming peripherals, mice, keyboards, and sometimes other technologies, generally in the premium range, and I give my pros and cons on these as to what I think is good and bad, and show some gameplay as well. If you haven't already, check out my other Tech Tuesday videos, put the link in the description below. And I've started to do a Thrift Thursday, where I look at more budget gaming gear, because people don't want to spend, I don't know, 79 quid like this was, or £200 on a keyboard like the Razer Huntsman Elite I've done recently. So I bought this gamepad on Amazon and it was £79.99 UK pounds, and it's now reduced to £59 UK pounds. It's obviously Chinese. I can't read too much about the specs because it's mainly in Chinese. But what grabbed my attention was one, the price of it, because it comes in at the same price as the Razer Tartarus, give or take a few pounds. But the second one was that it's got the Cherry MX keys in it. That's got to be some of the cost, and I want to see kind of how that performs and what kind of configuration you can do, because I think it's going to be quite rigid. So here we have it, the GameSir gamepad. So as you can see, this one's quite a large size. It does come with the Cherry Red MX keys, and in terms of what you'd expect to see on the keyboard closely, you've got QWASD put in there and ERT, all in like a similar location of where your hand would sit. You've got what I would only describe as an excessive right thumb spacebar button here, and then on the left-hand side, you've got the G1, 2, 3, 4 keys for customization. On the back of it, you've got the USB-C connection that goes into a standard USB. This product will work on Android, iOS, and PC. Obviously, I'm going to show you what works on the PC at the moment. On the left-hand side at the bottom, you've got the on-off switch, the ability to switch between PC and phone, which is what we're saying about Android and iOS, along with some lights for the status of what's connected. On the right-hand side, we've got a USB pass-through, which is nice to see. And on the base of it, we've got 6 rubber feet. So off the bat here, one of the things I'd like to have seen was a bit more customization to be able to move it around a little bit more for your hand. This is a solid gamepad. There is no ability to move any of the parts to make it a bit comfortable for yourself. Although it's a large pad, it's a bit like the G13 from Logitech. That's a rigid pad. So if you're not sure what you use a gamepad for, the idea is to move all the keys that you would generally use for gaming, WASD, P left and right with Q, spacebar, into one location that's good for your hand. Now, some of the keypads will allow you to customize it slightly to allow you to move the keys around into a better location physically. I don't mean within the software. The wrist pad is quite a hard rubber, although it is rubber, and it marks really easy. I don't like the space bar. I think it's very cheap. I don't like the G keys, they're very cheap. The best part about this is definitely the Cherry MX Reds, which are in the center here. It's got RGB lighting, and it has to have software to install to customize it to what keys you want. I'll go through that in a little bit of a sec and show you what customization you can use. So the overall build quality on this is reasonable. I've got to be a little bit funny about the build quality because this is 79 quid, or what I paid for it. You can get it for 59. It's certainly not a cheap gamepad. And the G13 comes in at 30 quid if you can find it. So it's half the price. So I'd expect this to have been a little bit better, and I expect the cost really is in the switches. The WASD keycaps are more textured here, which is good. So you can tell where your fingers are. It's predominantly built for the left hand, which is normal. You wouldn't really use your right hand on it, although you might use your little finger on the space bar, I guess, or the thumb button, whichever you want to call it. To me, it's the space bar because that's what you naturally press. It's going to take up quite a large amount of space on your desk. Again, you say it's quite a large size. Would I spend 59 quid on it? I think I'd get a Razer one, to be fair. Although Razer have their own keys in it. If you particularly want MX Reds, then potentially yes. But I think overall, even some of the software customization, which is still a little bit limited, I think it's a little bit overpriced. If this was 30 quid, then I'd say it's a good buy. I just think at 59 quid, it's getting a little bit expensive for the quality. And I think at 79 quid, it's overpriced for what it is compared to the market, which although it's limited, has some better product.
Okay, so to download the software, you need to go to the GameSir Hong Kong site. I'll put a link in the description. You need to go to download GameSir Core G Core, and it's this one here, the download GameSir G Core. Download and install that software as you would do normally. You now be presented with this control. So let's go through the lighting. First off, you've got the wave setting. You can alter the speed here, along with the direction, left or right. Next, we've got spectrum, cycles through the colours. You can change the speed of that, slower, faster. Got the ripple effect, and you've got an option here, you can mix the colour, so it picks a different colour and it ripples. It's quite a nice one. Then we've got Fast and Furious. Again, you've got speed setting of that one. Brightness is on full, so it's a little bit dark, I think, as a gamepad, but might be a bit brighter at night time, maybe. Fast without a trace. And final one's Customize, which I kind of like here. You can basically assign any colour you like to these keys, and this is a pretty good function. Kind of like this one. You can make it look funky as you like, and very easily as well. Shame you can't highlight the F keys or the spacebar, but it is what it is. So overall, some decent RGB functionality, but it's not give you that much customization. You can't put any customized wave patterns in or anything like that. The other things you can do, you can set profiles up. See here, you can import them, export them, copy them, and reset it. You can customize the keys that you want to press. So we picked E here. You can basically pick macro, media, rapid fire if you wanted for quick clicking. Set it to a mouse function. And scroll up, scroll down there. You can set it to any key here, as you said. Pretty cool. And then macros. That's the software.
The Cherry MX keys here are very good. They feel very nice, as you would expect from Cherry MX. The side buttons here that are the third party are not very good. I do not like them. I think they're very cheap, and you can certainly tell, especially coming away from the Cherry MX, I expect this silver to wear off after some excessive use as well. It comes with a braided cable. It's 1.5 meters long. It would have been nice to see a 2 meter braided cable here, but it's standard USB, as I've said, and the peripheral is a USB-C on the back of it. It's nice to see that we're using it perhaps for gaming on a mobile device. I don't think I would do. I wouldn't use this to play PUBG on my phone. I know a few of my friends are playing PUBG or Fortnite on their phones, and for the win included there. But it wouldn't be for me. I wouldn't take this and a mouse to play on a mobile platform. I would just use my PC, you know? And this is 58 quid or 59 quid at the moment. It's 70 quid on their website. It's an expensive gamepad to be playing a mobile device with. I don't sort of point unless you really wanted to get an advantage. But it's good to see that they have given it that flexibility, let's say, because with the Razer versions, you can't do that. Would have been nice to see some bigger pads on the bottom of this because it's a pretty big device and the pads to me are a little bit skinny and it does move around a little bit. This is what it sounds like. Yeah. So now we've gone through all the tech specs, I've shown you some of the gameplay, my pros and cons. Let's open the box and see what we actually get in there, just to kind of finish it off.